Okay, is this on? It's on. Hey guys, it's week 21 of my VSG surgery update journey thing, and I'm filming from my car, which is not typical, but I got off work a little early today, and I am trying to follow through on my promise that I would go to the gym before I film next time, and that's not happening until right now. But I do have my gym bag in the back, and I'm sorry if I'm shaky today. Have my gym bag. I'm going there right after, and if you follow me on Insta, I will post a picture of me actually at the gym to prove that I did it. And I mean, it was basically a minimum requirement for me. I didn't go multiple times. I had a rough week and stressful week. I think I started talking about it last week, but it went through the roof the rest of the week. So anyway, my stats, nothing great to report. So I had told you guys that I went up on my weight last week. I was like 2 pounds above Monday when I filmed on Tuesday, and again I'm filming on Tuesday. And I thought I had lost weight when I weighed in as usual on Monday. My weight yesterday was 325.2, and then today I went back up to 327. So that was sucky, and I must just be in a full out stall. I don't know what else. I'm filming outside work, and so I'm like self-conscious of people driving by. But I don't know what else to call it, except it's just a stall, and it's been really sucky and kind of gotten me down. Like I said before, they haven't really bugged me much, and I've just pressed through it, and now it's been rough. But to finish up my stats, highest weight ever was 442. Weight day of surgery was 397, and my weight this week, I'm just gonna go with 327 because that's what I've been stalled at around that number all week. So 327, I think that's a gain from last week actually of 0.8. So not cool. And I've been just kind of I'm usually like a very bubbly and happy person. Whenever I see people, I'm like excited to see them, and I'm upbeat and all that. And this week I just feel like I've had all these mixed emotions, and partially because of stress at work, and partially because I think my scale isn't moving, and that's making me it's kind of filtering into my day-to-day life, like me being upset. And I think that's mostly because I set this great goal, and I thought I was doing so well for December. I wanted to lose 20 pounds in December, and then it's just like all going to crap. And so I just, maybe it's because I'm putting pressure on myself, and then I have pressure at work, and that's why. But mixed emotions also because like I bought new jeans this week, and they were size 24, and before I would wear 28s that I couldn't button. I literally just didn't button the top button. I would zip them but not button them. And so that was cool, and every time I kind of see myself in a mirror, I'm like, oh, these jeans look good, this is positive things, and I felt good about myself. And my boyfriend has also just been kind of gushing. Like, he's not really a gusher, or like he doesn't throw out compliments all the time. He's good about it, but it's not like a daily thing or anything. And he just like almost on a daily basis has been like, you just are so pretty and gorgeous. And I don't know if he's just trying to help my self-confidence, but I feel like he's being very genuine. And so that's been good, and I feel like he's seeing this good side in me and all this stuff. But then at the same time, I'm just like angry. I've just been like sour, I guess, salty, whatever they call it these days, this week. And so I want to change that around today. I've been thinking about it as I was preparing what I was going to talk about today. That's not who I am, and the scale doesn't define me, and I know all these things, but when I mixed it with the stress of work, it was bad. So I'm trying to like turn a new leaf and just move on from that stress and be who I normally am, and you know, move on from there. And if I don't hit my goal, which the stall was the only thing that was gonna really deter me from that. So I don't know what else to do, but maybe the gym will help today. That's the only thing I can think, because I've been really good about eating, hitting my protein goals. Oh, except I was texting a friend yesterday as I was watching her video. I was literally sitting there eating a cookie, and I say like I'm so good and then I'm not good, but I was eating a cookie as I was watching her video about not eating cookies and making good choices. So that sucked. And I'm going to talk about that more later. But overall, I feel like I've made good choices even through the stress. And anyway, that I think brings me into my topic of today with breaking fat habits. I wanted to talk about because I was eating this cookie last night. I got this idea for the video today about these old habits that you try to break after surgery. Oh my gosh, my coworker's driving by. I didn't realize he was sitting over there. He's like this older superintendent. I'm sitting here making a video. I'm just gonna pretend that I'm not filming for a second. Naughty dog. I'm even going to a basketball game with him tonight. That'll be funny. I'm going to a Kings game tonight. Anyway, moving on. Breaking fat habits. So I want to talk about 3 different things. So I broke them up, these habits, into kind of categories of habits that surgery will help with, and bad habits that surgery will help with, bad habits that surgery possibly could help with, and then bad habits that surgery won't help with, and it's just pure self-motivation and determination. So I'm sorry I'm like so scattered today, and it's really hard to find a place that's not out of the sun, or that's out of the sun, and I'll probably get blinded here in a minute. Anyway, so fat habits or bad habits, whatever you want to call it, that surgery definitely helps with. So number 1 is eating too much. So obviously you get restriction from surgery, and surgery will help with that so that you don't overeat, and if you do, you're sick, there's consequences, and usually you just literally can't overeat. It would be super hard to overeat after surgery until you're pretty far out. And the other one was cleaning your plate, which is a similar thing. I had I think a lot of people grew up saying like, oh, you have to clear your plate of all your food and eat all your food and all these things, but that's not a thing. It shouldn't be a thing, because when you're full, and you shouldn't overeat just to clear your plate or not waste food. Obviously, the point would be to make smaller portions so that you're not wasting food. But surgery definitely helps with those things. You can't always eat all that is on your plate, and you can't really overeat. So some things that surgery could help with after bad habits that surgery could help with. Emotional eating. So typically emotional eating, like I was doing last night with my chocolate chip cookie, that was kind of amazing. The reason it could help with emotional eating is because typically emotional eating is comfort food and sugary foods and sweets and things like that. And a lot of times you get sick from those foods after surgery. I unfortunately, or fortunately, don't get sick from pretty much any food that I've tried so far. So it doesn't really help me when I'm eating like a cookie. I didn't get sick from it. Granted, I couldn't eat like 6 like I could before, but it doesn't really help me. But some people get sick from those foods, so it helps you curb those things after surgery. And the other one that surgery could help with is choosing the wrong food. Again, your body doesn't like certain foods, and so it could help with that. But if you're like me, you can eat what you want, which isn't as great as it sounds. So the fat habits that surgery probably won't help with, I don't really have an answer for it. How do you break these old habits besides just being determined not to? And I'm still struggling with it with most of these. I would say I'm still struggling with. So if you guys have suggestions or anything that has helped you, that would be great. I'll tell you what I'm doing to try to help myself, but not always working. So first one is emotional eating, which again, that was one of the other ones, but if surgery doesn't help you with that, that's something you have to curb yourself, that you have to recognize your emotions and do something else to, whether it's stress eating or eating from something sad in your life, or even like celebratory eating, so eating to celebrate something. all different emotions that you yourself have to control and not use food to replace those emotions. And I'm still working on that one. I think for the most part, besides my cookie episode, I did well this week with not just like binge eating. I usually eat a lot of snacks before bed, or I would. That was one of my fat habits. And especially when I was stressed, I would take food to bed with me. And I really haven't done that. Even last week when I was stressed, I would just go to bed and move on. I don't really know how to break it though. It's tough. It's sheer willpower. Another one that surgery doesn't help with is skipping meals. That's not necessarily a good thing, even whether you're fat, skinny, post-surgery, pre-surgery, anything. You're not supposed to skip meals. And so surgery doesn't help with that, because sometimes you're not hungry and you skip a meal, and really even after surgery you need those nutrients of whatever food you can get into your body. And so skipping meals isn't beneficial, and you're still going to need that fuel for yourself. So surgery doesn't help with that. And something I've never really had that problem of skipping meals, but I used to not eat breakfast all the time, so I guess that's considered. And now I make sure to get because it's just another opportunity for you to get your protein in and that. So next one is eating in secret. This was a huge fat habit of mine. I would eat in secret. I'd go to lunch by myself so I could eat what I wanted without feeling judged. I would eat, if my boyfriend was out of town, I would immediately think, what could I eat without him being there? It's so bad. Or I would sneak food to bed, or whatever it would be. It's a habit that I feel like I've gotten a lot better at. I bring all my meals to work and I eat with my coworkers, and I feel like meal prepping has helped me with that habit. And also just not wanting to spend money on eating like this much food from a restaurant has helped me just eat with others here at work. I don't know if that makes sense, but I also make sure that I cook dinner every night, or my boyfriend cooks dinner, so we eat together, so there's no like secret eating on my way home. I don't stop at restaurants. Or I used to eat in my car on the way home from work to home. I'd have like a pre-dinner, not every day, but once in a while. And so I feel like I've done pretty good at not being secretive about what I eat. Obsession with the scale. Surgery does not, if anything, I feel like it's more prone to making you obsessed with the scale. At least for me, I've always weighed every day, and I still do post-surgery too. And I think now, like I said, I'm usually pretty good about not letting it affect my mood, but every once in a while that pops up and I get angry with myself and disappointed, and I just want the damn scale to move. It's so frustrating. And especially because I've been hovering, I feel like I've just been hovering around 330-ish it's been like a month now that I've been hovering and not making really good progress. And so again, I'm hoping the gym helps that one. A little off track, but yeah, obsession with the scale. Like, I've even heard a lot of people will weigh multiple times a day, thinking their weight should go down throughout the day. I've been good about keeping it to once a day, but I know some people that don't weigh at all. My sister doesn't weigh either. I just don't know how they do it. I love getting on the scale every morning, and normally I just, whether I've gained or lost, I use that as motivation. This week has not worked out so well, so surgery has definitely thrown me off with my obsession with the scale and wanting to see it move every day. And my last one, surgery doesn't help you with this fat habit, is not exercising. Obviously, I've talked about it a couple times last week and today. I was really good about the gym pre-op, and then post-op I waited a few weeks and then started the gym back up for like 2 months, and I haven't been to the gym now for an additional 2 months. So I was going for like 8 weeks, and now I haven't been for 8-ish weeks. And I'm disappointed in myself that I haven't had that internal motivation, and I think it's just pure laziness. I want, or I see the scale moving, or did see the scale moving without much effort, and I got lazy, and it's something I need to kick to the curb and freaking do my exercising and just not and make it a priority in my life. I don't know why I can't do that, but I've grumbled on long enough about that. So thanks for watching, guys. I don't know what else to talk about. That was my list for breaking fat habits, and if you guys have any ideas or that we can just share for each other, hopefully I'm not the only one going through this. I'm probably not. So anyway, appreciate it, and I'll check in with you next week, and I hope this gym thing will get me back on track with my scale moving again. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll check in with you again next week. See ya.